Michael Jackson, the renowned American singer, passed away on June 25, 2009 in Los Angeles, California at the age of 50 due to acute propofol intoxication. Jackson was discovered in his bedroom at his residence on North Carolwood Drive in the Holmby Hills area by his personal physician, Conrad Murray. Upon finding Jackson unresponsive and with a weak pulse, Murray attempted CPR without success before security called 911 at 12:21 p.m. Paramedics arrived at the scene, but Jackson was pronounced dead. On August 28, 2009, the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner-Coroner concluded that Jackson's death was a homicide. He had been administered propofol along with anti-anxiety. At the time of his death, Jackson had been gearing up for a series of comeback concerts titled This Is It, set to commence in July 2009 in London, United Kingdom. His passing triggered global reactions, resulting in unprecedented spikes in the internet traffic and a surge in sales of his music. A televised memorial service at the Staples Center in Los Angeles attracted an estimated 2.5 billion viewers. In 2010, Sony Music Entertainment struck a $250 million deal with Jackson's estate, obtaining distribution rights to his recordings until 2017 and committing to release 7 posthumous albums featuring previously unreleased material over the following decade. On June 24, he arrived for rehearsal at the Staples Center in Los Angeles around 6:30 p.m. Magician Ed Alonzo recalled Jackson jokingly complaining of laryngitis but displaying great energy when rehearsal finally began at 9 p.m., lasting past midnight. Upon returning to his residence at 100 North Carolwood Drive, Jackson struggled with insomnia and had a history of using drugs to aid sleep. His physician administered various drugs in an attempt to help him sleep. Despite these efforts, Jackson remained awake. 2 minutes later, Murray found Jackson not breathing and with a weak pulse. He attempted CPR before eventually calling for help from the house staff. Paramedics conducted CPR for 42 minutes at the residence. Upon being taken out of the house and placed in the ambulance, a Los Angeles Fire Department LAFD official provided a different account, stating that paramedics found Jackson in full cardiac arrest and observed no change in his condition during transportation to the hospital. The ambulance arrived at the hospital around 1:14 p.m., where a team of medical professionals endeavored to resuscitate him for over an hour. Their efforts were unsuccessful and Jackson was pronounced dead. On August 28, 2009, the Los Angeles County Coroner officially ruled Jackson's death as a homicide, attributing it to acute propofol intoxication.
LA County Coroner has ruled Michael Jackson's death a homicide.
The autopsy report disclosed that aside from his age of 50, Jackson was generally in good health with a strong heart. His primary health issue was chronic inflammation of the lungs, which did not contribute to his death. MiCHAEL, Jackson's former video producer, asserted that the singer had used propofol, midazolam. Following his passing, authorities found several drugs in his residence, including propofol. Some of these medications had fraudulent labels, while others were unlabeled. Axnoff recalled Jackson experiencing chronic fatigue, fever, insomnia, and other symptoms, and suspected that excessive use of steroids or other skin-lightening medication may have been contributing factors. Jackson's sister, Janet Jackson, alleged that their family tried to stage an intervention in early 2007 while MiCHAEL was living in Las Vegas. She and several other siblings purportedly traveled to his residence but were denied entry by security personnel instructed not to allow them access. There were also rumors that Jackson ignored phone calls from his mother. However, the family denied claims that they attempted an intervention. Another biographer, J. Randy Taraborelli, noted Jackson's periodic struggle with addiction to painkillers over many years. Jackson's dermatologist, Arnold Klein, revealed that Jackson had misused prescription drugs and had been diagnosed with vitiligo and lupus. Klein stated that during Jackson's visit to his office 3 days prior to his death, Jackson appeared to be in excellent physical condition. Klein described Jackson as lively and mentally sharp, even participating in dancing with other patients and maintaining a positive demeanor. LaToya Jackson suspected that her brother's death was orchestrated to gain control of his music catalog. Following Michael Jackson's passing, his family raised concerns about AEG Live, the promoter of his This Is It concert series during the final weeks of his life. Joe Jackson, their father, lodged a complaint with the California Medical Board accusing AEG Live of engaging in illegal medical practices by pressuring Conrad Murray to alter Jackson's medication regimen. The complaint also alleged that AEG Live failed to provide the necessary resuscitation equipment and a nurse as requested by Murray. After Murray pleaded not guilty to the manslaughter charge,
I am an innocent man. I therefore plead not guilty.
Several members of the Jackson family expressed dissatisfaction, believing he deserved a more serious accusation. On June 25, 2010, Joe Jackson initiated a wrongful death lawsuit against Murray. The lawsuit claimed that Murray repeatedly lied to conceal his administration of propofol, failed to maintain adequate medical records, and acted negligently in administering medications to Jackson. Reports indicate that Jackson's burial was initially scheduled for August 29, 2009, which coincided with what would have been his 51st birthday. However, his service and burial occurred at the Glendale Forest Lawn Memorial Park on September 3, 2009. Family members, including his first wife Lisa Marie Presley, and friends such as Macaulay Culkin, Chris Tucker, Quincy Jones, amongst others, attended the burial. The funeral arrangements for Jackson totaled $1 million, covering various expenses such as $590,000 for his crypt, $11,716 for guest invitation, $30,000 for security and luxury vehicles, $16,000 for floral arrangements, and $15,000 for the funeral coordinator. Jackson's final resting place is in the Holy Terrace section of the Great Mausoleum at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale, California. Initially, there was consideration of burying Jackson at Neverland Ranch. In July 2010, security measures were intensified at the mausoleum due to incidents of vandalism. Fans had been leaving messages such as "Keep the Dream Alive" and "Miss You, Sweet Angel" in permanent ink, prompting the need for increased vigilance against such actions. If you like what you just heard, please click the subscribe button and like and share.